Hi, thank you for taking the time to interview me. My name is Lisa Nwankwo. I presently work for a public K through 12 charter school here in Los Angeles, California. My educational goals are to obtain my Bachelor's of Science degree with an emphasis in accounting. I presently attend here Los Angeles Southwest College, and I'm taking the online class through the West LA Canvas portal. But I eventually want to end up at Cal State Long Beach and obtaining my Bachelor's of Science degree. Um, in the next 5 years, I see myself in some type of leadership roles within the company that I presently work for now. I like the organization. I like the way that they're educating our children, and hope to be a part of their success rate in the future. Um, my current experience with the school that I presently work for would answer one of the questions that says, how do I believe here at GCI that I could, what experiences that I have as far as diversity goes. So I would like to add to that that my current experience with the school that I work is a unique experience when it comes to diversity. Although our schools are among the PBL, which is predominantly Black and Latino population, it's actually a Turkish organization ran by Turkish culture. Um, so the leaders of the organization come from a world where women are to be seen and not heard. I'm the only African American woman in the finance department in charge of purchasing, which is a huge role. So it's basically letting them know what they can and cannot do, compliance, audit, that things of that nature. When I first started out in the company, it was pretty hard, and being able to take information or directions from a female, and especially a black female, who's very assertive in nature. But we've been able to work through that. I had to educate them about the black race. Although they taught our schools, it didn't mean that they totally understood the culture. Um, we now have pieces of training called diversity, equity, and inclusion. Um, Another one of the questions was, tell us about a time you worked on a team. I would like to talk about over a year ago. I had an opportunity to bring on a new software project to our schools, which is a purchasing requisition program. I was assigned the lead point person of the accounts payable and the purchasing modules. The transition from the software was very hard because the school was so used to using a program called CoolSense, and they had been on this program for like 15 years. So, introducing this new platform, it was met with a lot of resistance. Another problem was that we have what's called a back office provider, and the back office and our office were going through the transition at the same time. So, no one had actually went through any beta test or any training, and because of the timing and how long it took for us to get the board to approve this new transition or this new software, it we all basically were new users, so there were a lot of bugs and a lot of problems. But the way that we had designed the team, we were able to put like lead persons in charge of handling all the different complaints that was coming our way, and we were able to successfully work out all the bugs and get the implementation going really well. And after a year, we took a survey, and the survey came back, and it was like a 98% success rate, which is pretty good. I mean, we still have a couple of bugs and things to work out, but overall, I believe the implementation went well. Um, Tell us about time that you had failed and how did that experience affect you. Well, uh, I can talk about the time recently during fiscal close where I had all year long. We have what's called Amex, American Express reconciliation, but I had decided, oh, okay, I'll just do it at the end of the year. Why did I decide that? Well, what happened was the end of the year came, and because of this new software and transition program or whatever, I didn't know how to do the close. So that was a learning curve, and it cost a $312 unaudited adjustment in our financials, which was a huge impact. And I'm still today not getting any sleep off of that, and I'm wondering what's going to happen at the end of next year when we have my performance review. My boss did pull me in regarding this issue. We did talk about it, and we came up with a plan so I don't do this moving forward. But I'm still not getting any sleep off of this failure that I made. So I guess the story continues, and I would have to let you know exactly the entire impact. But for right now, the impact was a $312 unaudited adjustment. And then another one of the questions that you have is, what experience do you have in media design, marketing, or outreach? If not, do you have an interest in these subjects? I would like to say that my outreach experience was working for a not-for-profit in Las Vegas, Nevada, for ARC, or mentally challenged disabled adults. I spent many days fundraising out in the community, having awareness events, things of that nature. My position with this particular charity was donor relations, which is basically making sure that the donors' intended donations reach the area in which they, wanted the donations to be marketed towards, or to the purpose or the cause, or their money spent. So I was that person making sure that the donor and their funds were being utilized effectively, or how they earmarked the money to be spent. And so that was my role, and I did that for about 4 years. So this concludes my interview, and thank you for the opportunity.